bless your name, health and honors forever. God ways. Just the way things are, and just the way I told you, just the way we know, and just the way I've done. If anything is exactly by my crime might be put it. But if anything is exactly I victim from the ones that in jealousy and in sickness for, so the justice happens on her. I've finished my job. It's the last sickness. Grand whore goes completely to hell. No one is no victim, and continues on profaning and seeking powers and supremacy upon me like any demon, because of they considers that it will be the justification of you. Okay, Your Majesties, Moshe Gilberto da Silva, my pair. Gadaba Shendaniero. I'm sorry for everything. And the precious princes of the house, including Sears. I adore you, and I'm sorry. You want to have a moment at this. Sunday, the 31st, this March month of 2019, we are through. This is 1623 already, here in Buenos Aires. And Random, who invited them. I'm sorry, you wanted I to tell you. The clear fact of all, I had the conflict, I sent them there, and you know I don't need a lie. Sent them with everything, we've done just the orders, and I just bought the offer. The SARIM bricks computer, where JHA'I place used to be in Carabobo, Aveno, almost intersection Rivadavia. So I paid 5,000 pesos cash, and the person that comes up at the idea of Gloria Irene Blanco Redemi in Buenos Aires gave me its card with 3 payments of 1,450 pesos around. She said she would give me one gift, one payment, and I will never have to pay her the other 2. The clear fact of it is I did match over what I had from my old Acer Aspire 5736Z, which the mobile technology is exactly for the bricks product and works amazing. But the thing is that this class of desk computer, which is like it used to be, but in PC computer, what it used to be the iCube for Apple products, is only one real cube mixture for hybrid, which what it used to be mobile between and the essential for what it is, one computer at the complete uses, a little moderated for, has 4 USB, has a very monitor NET, HDMI, has Ethernet connection, and headphones, microphone apart, and that's it, and works really fine tuning up. Like I told you, but in SARIM is an old configuration and needed for low voltage, the same mobile hardware memory, which I acquired where Flavio Hardware Devoto over one offer that they have done and published in Mercado Libre, Argentina. So he'd set the offer at 850 pesos, and because of I couldn't coach making some money exchange for where 50 pesos that he couldn't keep me at the due, and I couldn't keep him because if I didn't have, he just set it his own decision at 800 pesos. So I got my Samsung memory RAM over 4 gigabytes low voltage for this. So in the middle of this reality, you want to show you near gigabyte bricks. Intel Insight is a real product is true, is exactly real. And supposedly I would rob it and continues to seek the generados, especially evangelicals, who make the false denouncers because of they says, Lord gave them all I am and all I exist. And all I've done and all I have, the same hours. Like any diablo enferma, because of everyone we're involved, except the victims we put apart and send in the last transborder until this situation. Now, I void at the same time with this offered, this camera of Genius DX1000, high definition of 2 megapixels, ain't 1 megapixels, it's 2 megapixels camera. And VGA forwarded this video recorder and has a great sound, which on the analytics analyzing we can do is 19.9 kilohertz until 30 hertz beginning for what is the range of sound captation, especially voice range, to make it the best ever definition for. Yes, for it ain't the precisest ever components for electronics production and works really awesome. It's not all the same. Happens for the reference between differences of what the coil on the normal segment, which it is the diameter of the floss, and what the differences between microns of what it comes to be the normal NECMT with the diaphragm. So the reference between microns and between millia, micronic, and differences of fragment, and one difference of potential of energy up and down at the oscillations can be wider sensitive or smaller sensitive, depends, because of there is not exactly the highest precision, and it's a simple industry and works exactly at this way. And this is the multi-USB connection where I want to plug the whole of the sets, meaning mouse that I had, a keyboard that I had on Genius, the camera, and any other that can use for an external unit to connect USB, plug and play. This is from Nova Corporation and has something that I didn't expect. Is something that I found were cheap, 200 pesos in the store. I cut the ticket, but further that this Diablos continues on the iron and making up any class of invention because of they says that they has rights to be me and taking all we got. So they would die. Alright, has a very each interrupter, the DMT switch to turn on, turn off, and with a very light sign at the side for when one saw this to be working, but the key of this is that avoids to burn, so has a very NEC for what it is, protecting from high voltage or any extra of whatever to be possible to burn it out. So works for all, including for what it is, charger of devices. So further this, which is interesting for keeps the complete of the view as much. I'm telling you reason why, because of our different, but this tells 480 megabytes per second transmission off with switch on, switch off button. USB 2.0. I have all 3.0 at the bricks, so the problem is can burn out, but it won't. So further this with the very limitator of current energy and voltage with the very protection, thermal protection and others, really will work and will be satisfying enough, I guess. Will work now. Okay, limited until Vista and Windows 7 is a very old product, but I guess it's gonna work as well. High speed, cualquiera de sus 4 puertos USB 2.0 de alta velocidad. Okay, brilliant. It'll work. And so we have the whole, the mouse, keyboard, but not the installation. At the first were because of they didn't say to me explicitly these were requested for low voltage, so I didn't know. They told me once we have been for the product, I had not the whole money to buying exactly what the product they had, and I didn't want to spend more than what I had, and I didn't want to ask for this person, this ID, Gloria Blanco, Redemi, to give me her card. So I just went for an offer. I found that the offer in Mercado Libre were these guys that were working with the whole regulations and allowed the market through Mercado Libre over them offered non-tickets. And also, which happens in Argentina naturally, with also the reality expressly for whatever the references, as much I could try to instill. Evangelista de mierda, te voy a arrancar la vida. Profanos hijos de perra, diablos de huerta. Sorry for this. The reality expressly for, still, at the referring for what it is the installation, I've agreed with them through email, and they told me that they will make it, but they didn't explain if they could make it at the day or not, so I had the frustration over the Saturday morning, and I couldn't. So I have the Windows 8 system still. I didn't use it, but they robbed the key and altered or forged the rest, Policía Federal Argentina, and poured all over Windows 8 that avoid 32 Pro, 32 bits, which is for a 64 system, which I'm not sure will accept and install, at least made to give a normal legend for what it is the drivers that comes with the computer. The installation comes complete. And for you to understand why did I call instead for monitor, HDMI connection comes with the device, but it's 55 centimeters. The normal current transformer or synthesizer of energy, and a series of screws for what it is the install behind the monitors with a very flat base to montage, metallic. So this product is really interesting, it's compact, it's what we want, it's so long. And I'm not sure that I've done bad by buying the laptop. It's great, it's amazing, works for everything, but at the offers at the moment, maybe this will be really great, but will be just for this, to having only in home. It's portable, it's simple, but the monitor is essential. So I need a monitor, and the keyboard will ever have to be one compact wireless for I to go around with such a thing, and having the socket to plug it in. And so it's practical, it's light, it's easy, it's comfortable, it's a very compact mini computer. Works amazing, but I don't know. And use your manual, sorry. Drivers, naturally, like any product. Alright, Gigabyte makes a crate, the same Intel, but Intel are expensive as Canadian found no offers, and were difficult than this. Alright, I got as well, the hard disk, the HD, that I bought once I wanted to fix and installing the Windows 8 that I bought in La Casa del Audio, Flores, that offered, and didn't use, just scratch a little bit the surface for, I didn't realize in a bag like this with the deep polyline material for this is anti-statics and resistors, that any product of computers, any hardware comes this way with this class of packagings. And I didn't realize, put it all together, and the memories has a lot of components and are hard, so scratched all over surface, but it's just like it is, it's okay. The grab is in this disk for the installation, and I didn't have the grab for the making normal installation in a nicer Spire. Alright, further this. With the whole of the realities expressly and the sickness of this tierra enferma maldecida reventada, which doesn't stop. The realities are exactly screwed them and them up, I'm sorry, forever. Now, I suppose they will rub it off, and they did not need to have it. Especially la evangelada degenerada de carnivalazo, carnaza sodomasa, and then Paris, la cafilla Policía Federal Argentina, Sodoma, naturally. Ok, quien se siente ofendido lo siento mucho, querido, tómatela. Infeliz hijo de perra. Alright, have the reality for the soul, exactly what happening, what I know, and they are the ones that are permanently making the witchcraft for profanation with praise and the rest, the united, for the making them might they miserably hell, saying that they will be justified for all of the witchcraft, blowjobs, and all of the prostitution that they need to do and send it to kill people. And still there's to continue. Okay, la enfermedad de tierra no para hasta que no se muere completa. And that is what it's going to happen. All right, forgive me for this, please. Out a little bit of the chat. I'm not sure that I'm going to get installed this, except if I get a carry for my CD, which is 1,500 pesos around. The CD of the Acer, I'm not sure to work all right, we're cropped all over, maybe is malfunction. So it's possible, and also with the commands for the making whatever like this Diablo's head ed and cropped it all over. So making the damages to the disk is programs and any other, so I rather not use it. And one external unit I saw one offered on 1,700 pesos that I don't have. We see what we do. And also Windows 10, 4,000 to 8,000 pesos, the complete. Okay, it's just this. I have a Windows 8 already. I'm not sure that I can again install it for will demand for system on 64 bits, which this is, amazing, which is what it is. I may have to put it on my seat and just put myself upon. Alright, I'm sorry. Reality is expressly for what they're expressly pointing these problems is what we don't have on much choices, but the choices themselves. Okay. So, the clear fact of our days were exactly disastrous. The reality suffering around, exactly terrible. The points around what the problems and the pains, exactly disgusted, and still the Diablo Pharma Argentina continues to make the sickness that I didn't invite it. No one. I didn't invite it to no one, and I won't invite it. So, the sickness is exactly sickness, and I will be still the devil, and they will be the ones that makes all I do, and they continue some profaning me to terror chat to watching. He's telling me the bricks, he's telling the camera, he's telling the RAM, he's telling to me everything, also the laptop, and everything he has, and also the house is a squadron and threat to the whole of the community and the family, and house belongs to me. And continues making the whole of the sickness like any Diablo Enfermo Evangelista, and then Paris Argentinos. Because of theirs for mercy, like any demon in heat, for whatever the whole, to make the stick up and, sorry my word, rating. Okay, Diablos Enfermos, and everyone is condemnated. It's over. Now, the reality, I'm sending this last cruiser, has a lot of balconies the way I told you, okay. The clear fact of evidences, you have already it all. The clear fact of criminology, I sent it all, and I sent you what you wanted I to send you. And I'm sorry for everything. I care for you too much. I care for you way too much. I need you to be alright. I don't want you to desperate. I want what you to do is what Moshe tell you. I want you to be fine, and you to please be careful there, at the way Moshe tell you. To be brave enough, to be strong enough. I'm so sorry. I didn't want these things to be this way. Until my duty, I'm going to finish this. Until the reality of what happened. I'm not knowing much more than I said no more. Anymore. I'm not going to tolerate sicknesses, and I'm not going to tolerate a disgusting freak making whatever wants but my, which just died completely. And then bodies just one remained. And that's it. The Lord of the Diablos Evangelistas, Lucifer, the para-reality. And the clear fact of what this comes and this is exactly, it's discussable. And doesn't get no way in no matter. So the reality is, I don't know. The reality is, I don't need to rip away from you what it's yours. And I meant everything, and I'm serious about what I said. I am not twisting nothing, I'm not lying, I'm not faking. I meant everything, but the realities are exactly different. And it's not like I wanted or I expected. In the fact of this, I expected honorability and respect and the real care and the real interest in real life. And I'm found just another grave. And one permanent indelicate for the whole I will ever be. And I have to and I will exist. Most than any other, I've just finished to complete disclosure. I have to end in the verdicts. Everyone here dies, especially Paras and Felices, and goes to hell is over. Already sent the complete of the people, also migrations, and also the complete of the rest of the diplomats are in the way. I just received photos. Forgive me for this. This will be done by militares argentinos. BNS, BNC, JHA'I, my supposed demons and delusion. Adjusted, one element, perfect. Reached, found. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Section complete. The element, section complete. Everything is here. Give it a moment. I'm doing it right away. With the EPA 99, which is exactly the defense we're having at this moment for the light affairs, are the Cruiser, one ACN for defense, one Sentinel, and the EPA. 4 elements at the total, counting with Cruiser. Alright, this is exactly what we've been through, and this is exactly as the moment that even though I have been threatened still, and the Diablo Perro Evangelista are the same with the advertising and publishments which I sent you, the complete accounts, Facebook, Google, DECM, DPMT, and Argentina all have around, and others like Instagram and so much more. The whole of the century and the whole of the Belarus, Perram, Pharma, which they are, Babylonia. And making the whole of the advertisement about my person that I will brought to Argentina to all that they will embrace, that Lord will ever want, and are exactly the jealousy of Lucifer everyone, and of the jealousy of the sickness that have been destroying me and destroying us, because of couldn't accept it. Now the reality of the soul, and still with the problems around, remains 9,004,000 of this Diablos Enfermos, and only one remained. And the one that have done this to us died. And one only remains, and one died. It's over. And they won't come back anymore. Just one apex. The payment is complete. Now at the judgment and at the normal statement of JHA'I and the realities for justice, we are establishing the right orders, must be happen orders. Must be happen all over, for this is exactly justice to restore with. Otherwise, this prostituta de puerta, playing the kingdom of heaven and will of Lord, and all demons making cuerda, and victims and innocents because of you are not allowed, and we know Lord speaks to us. Like any Perram Pharma and Celo, sorry terms, which is what they are. And swears that they kills me today, like they have been telling every day, but they are going to die today forever. Now, the reality is, I still can execute, and so I'm going to do until my breath to last. Realities expressly, you cut them. Non-damaging, no actions, no one in the middle, full defense. Until insight, established, normalized, just a process, in the way to you. The way I tell you, not any other, please don't change a thing, don't you make no difference, and don't you make any other but what I told you. Employ for. Further deaths, Elieh. had been telling the notations of the soul and putting in accent of evidence the whole of the situations which doesn't has no side and no help. I'm so sorry for the soul, and you wanted me to explain you know about the installation of software. This guy's said to me about one free software pack. That is true, you know. The corporations once works on the contractual or institutionals provides softwares specifying for that keeps the normal accent of product for sale. And the software given by the corporations of softwares to the ones that makes hardware and computers introduces the character of one bar number of installations at their license online. So you have 100,000 products in one unique system and one unique product. And once you have license online, is provided and is coded, which I didn't do with this. Reason why my word doesn't work is because I never connected it. And I want with this diablos and farmers getting around to making the groping and the destroying for whatever I got for the making business of the day. So the reality of the soul is exactly this guy also works the same way like anyone that installs systems and produces computers, or at least assembles and configures and makes offers. And it's exactly true, it's all legal. And now the reference of this Diablos Enfermos continues on the Making the Right Chat, and Compumundo only keeps product complete on a cost with 3,000 pesos installation, and they gave me an offer that I couldn't refuse. But they didn't give me what I needed for the conflict diversity as were happening. Policía Federal Argentina, like always, perros enfermos and evangelicals all behind. We're going to research, and we're going to show that we're right, and you cannot offend the police, and neither forensics, and neither the government, and neither the evangelicals, because nobody said the truth. So Maricas Enfermas and Celo went all around to groping around and putting the nails of the generalitos all over for the all to making like, you remember that there is a movie of a dragon thing, an epic one, with one name of the character, which is the prime ever starring for the movie, Arrogant or something. And there's this witch, this demon, that comes with a very stellar of that actor, that character, which is really freaking out. It's terrible. And has a very thing with a nail, and puts the nail up on the drum of this woman that will be a princess, sorry, or some queen, and makes like a very witchcraft, and everything gets poisoned, and these are exactly equal. So it went over there for the making exactly the shit, like that's all over. So suddenly this snake's demon abominable freaks. Says that researches and funds everything that this is I do, and I will be, because of they will be certainly sure that I will be the beast and the demon, and they will be the heroes of God. So the heredity of Abraham will be just all demons, because of they will be the owners of Abraham and the whole which Abraham, and also the heredity and the people population, and Jewish doesn't have place because of we will accept the beast, which it will be me. And also I don't regret, so that makes me the beast. And I don't do what they say, and I don't bend down in front of them authorities on them charges because of there for something. And the whole of the authorities, national authorities in them states, recognize this is true because of their most power. Profaning me and profaning everybody like any demon is exactly what they do. Now, the reality is I'm sorry, so clear fact keeps on destroying me and damaging me so they are going to die sooner. And the reality of this is judgment about high good verdicts are right done, it's over. They died. And the orders are established. Shut up. And about me, let's watch him with a high because I don't want nothing else. Forgive me for this, I really can no more. One thing is understanding the size of a war, one thing is understanding conflicts as normal for the war, one thing is understanding what the pains in the character of conflicts and suffer, and one thing is helping through and being right beside even though the things are not really fine. Another thing is the credit of shit. And accepting that happened, I cannot tolerate it. It's something between a high and I. And I'm so sorry. Not anymore. Now, The clear fact of these situations is exactly something that ENECHIM knows exactly the reasons why happened what happened. And why were what were. And I have been tolerating certain things because of fighting one, certain things to be lost or destroyed for the normal testimonial as evidence to be presented in front of ENECHIM. So we did, complete. But as well the reality expressly for people to not die, but this is other affairs, and ENECHIM knows what I'm talking about. It's between him and I. We're gonna see what we do at the proper way. Now, there is a need that I won't ever fulfill, and there is something that it's not gonna change. More than I try, more than I give. And it won't be any other. I'm so sorry for everything, and I promise you, whatever to be at my hand to do, I really am until my breath to give me life. Clear fact for all, I still have everything I got, I still do everything I do, I still am the person I am. But I still suffer and I still am destroyed. And seems like that may won't change. Alright, I cannot sing you today. I have still the conflict of domestic. I have still the problem around. I still have the limitations. I still have the struggle. But I'm just telling, and whatever this is, we're going to check it out. I'm in a meteor, and I will learn that much. And I will still be a tank, and I will still be a dealer in America with the 8th time making plantation for the whole of the incriminating me and everyone be there, and we will done and build everything by making Narcos and brought into the JHA'I Argentina and that's one tool that also builds galaxies because Florida will keep them. And the General de Mierda with title of psychology and psychiatry, forensics, and schools of mental health disciplines for killing the decrease and the information and pathologists and the whole working all together day and night and the whole of the writing every day score, they will find what it says. And Argentina has a law that acts toward the magic trouser for wording what the magic trouser says, Policía Federal Argentina investiga. And we cannot say that Policía Federal Argentina researching is telling lies or making up anything, you know? Sodoma, the same time. So the reality of this is exactly the demonian firm Argentina keeps on making up any artifacting and any delusional character of whatever to make up and news of a healthy word for what poison around and just scratch around some balls, I should say, and the balls scratch around to have a boner and a boner to deliver the delicious for it. I'm gonna reach it. Any class of horror. Barras. Sorry for this, and I'm sorry about the answer. So the reality of this is exactly denigrating and telling truth, which it is. Sorry. Alright. Still the Diablos Enfermos that also thinks that they are smart enough, that they are going to just follow the train and the consequences. Once they have a moment, they are going to show that they are right and they established one orders as society and also as nation and as rights to be, because if I will commit a crime, Salad, and I will done disaster, Salad, and they will allow me, not even the government or the society, to doing what I dare to do and calling myself the way I do and make what I do because of, should I say, Putolica, which, when the hell complete, has the highest ever exponential because of they used to, with Vatican, to be on tap. Like a maestry of the Queen's telling, we are gonna order the day. With Trollolica, sorry my terms, evangelicals united, all together. So, victims apart, shit is shit. Forgive me the word. Okay, and the terms. Alright, Clearing out and clear fact for this damn shit. I've concluded it's finished, but still there is a little bit more to make, to work with. You got them already found. Adjusted reshuffle bush, normalized complete, perfect element, the 3, 1 only. You got them. Section complete. BNTNC 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, but 1 and 1, 900. And for insight, already section complete, even with the 4. Amazing. There goes. You got it. You know protocols, destinations, and the way I told you, Becky, please. And I'm sorry for all. Alright, my supposed delusional militaries will do it. It's a state affairs, and it's science for security, and the militaries know what they do. No con mi vida, perra. No con mi gente, ni con sangre basura enfermita. Anda con tu estadito de mierda a la maldita bragueta del milico. Reventate en la bragueta del podrido degenerado milico y no te atrevas a pasar una raya porque te arranco la vida. No me tocas y no tocas nada. El maricazo enfermo milico que se mame la banana a sí mismo en el infierno juntamente con vos. Sorry for this. Okay, for the moment, it's exactly this for keeping the terms and finish the thing. Enfermito de guarda. Shut up.